Hey y'all, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And in today's video, I decided to do a very impromptu type of a will I buy it video. It has been ages since I've done this. Before I had my newest little one, Sophia, and that was back in the middle of August. I've been itching to get back to these, and today I was wanting to film a different video, a fall related video, hence the makeup, but little miss is awake, and it's a video that I need to be able to use my hands because I'm showing palettes and stuff, so I was trying to think of a different video I could do, and I was like, you know what? Sophia can hang out with me while I do a will I buy it. So she is getting a little snack right now. I'm sure you'll see her head pop up eventually, but I want to just talk about some new makeup releases. So I'm not very well prepared. I'm just gonna go and check out a couple of my favorite Instagram pages that keep up to date on new indie makeup releases, and let's just talk about them, and I'll share with you guys my initial thoughts on them, whether I plan to buy it, all that sort of thing. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I am not going to be sticking like the screen recording because that does take me a little bit more time to edit, and I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna have to edit. I want to get this video up very quickly, so I'm just gonna be sticking a picture. So hopefully eventually I'll get back to doing the screen recording because I love that, but it takes longer in editing. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna go to Makeup Release Radar, which if you didn't know, she actually got her page suspended for 30 days, so now she has a different username. I'll stick it down in the description box, but I'm gonna be going to Makeup Release Radar Official and sharing with you guys the things that catch my attention. So let's just dive right in. Let's do this one. This is from Profusion. They are releasing their Enchanted Forest collection, and it reminds me of that Kat Von D collection so long ago. Definitely different colors, but yeah, it's just that kind of cathedral open door, you know, it splits in the middle and opens up. The color story I think is pretty for a cool tone, colorful color story. Definitely very like winter-esque, I feel like. Looking at those colors makes me think of winter, but I'm not interested in it at all. And the smaller palettes are a little bit more interesting. I like the purple grungy one, but I don't know. I just wasn't drawn to any of these, so it's an easy pass for me. Let me know what you guys think though, because Profusion, I'm always excited to see what Profusion releases because they can do some really fun themes to their collections. Okay, CXC Beauty. I have had my eye on this brand for a while. They did a green palette not too long ago, and also probably a purple palette, but they did a green palette that I almost bought, and I don't even know why I didn't, but now they're coming out with a fall palette, and look at this gorgeous palette. I really like it. I'd be curious to hear if you guys have tried them and what you think about the brand. I feel like I've been seeing so much about them releasing things recently, but I haven't really heard or seen many reviews. But like I said, lots of new palettes have been coming out, maybe even some face products if I'm remembering correctly, but that color sure looks just really pretty. So I'd love to hear if you guys have tried the brand. I forget how much this is going to be, but Makeup Release Radar does have a coupon code or an affiliate code with them, Radar15 for 15% off. So it's a sneak peek, so we still don't know how much it is, but the color story definitely intrigues me. Kat Von D has launched something new. I feel like it's been ages, but they came out with their holiday collection, and they have a Moon Garden eyeshadow palette. This is pretty. Very interesting. I'm excited to see Kat Von D starting to release things. They were always kind of makes me think of Melt almost with the, you know, the theme of their like brand aesthetic, and then also this packaging for whatever reason makes me think of Melt. But anyway, Kat Von D, it's a pretty palette. Looks like a nice variety of mattes to shimmers. The colorful ones look like they're the shimmers, whereas the mattes are more neutral, but there is a pop of black. I don't know. It looks pretty enough, but it definitely doesn't call to me. So when I was looking at it, I was just kind of like, eh. Not really into it. Let's see, what else is catching my attention here? What is this? This is from Makeup Revolution, and this is the Coraline palette. I've never watched the movie, but I know like the button or whatever. I feel like that's a very like common knowledge when it comes to that movie. But anyway, so there's a button themed palette with tons of colors, really pretty. There's also a smaller palette that's kind of purple themed. I like the more curated palette. I think that's a pretty color story. The bigger palette also looks nice. It's very like purple, but has the blue and pink incorporated in it. But as a whole, it doesn't call to me. Different shades of lipsticks, that's cool. I don't know, I'm just not into it. And also the circle palette packaging is just a no. I think if I was more into purples, I might pick up that smaller palette because it does look nice and the swatches don't look bad at all, but I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, obviously not a fan of the movie, so that also kind of detracts for me when I look at this, since the palette is kind of all about the movie and I don't really know anything about the movie. I don't know. I'm not into the color story, not into the movie theme. It's an easy pass for me. This, however, I am struggling with. This is the NBA Cosmetics Pumpkin Kisses and Autumn Wishes palette. I'm really tempted to buy this. When I first saw the palette as a whole, I was like, okay, I don't know, I can pass on it. But then I see the swatches, and the swatches really sell me on it. Maybe it's the way some of those shimmers kind of shift when they're actually swatched and used. I think it's really pretty. I love the mix of like the deep cranberry burgundy shades with oranges and greens. I just think it's so very beautiful. And with the shades they have picked out for the shimmers and the mattes, I feel like it would just create a lot of really pretty autumn looks. So this is a palette I feel like I'm a little late on. Like I should have picked it up a long time ago if I was gonna buy it and review it. But it still grabs my attention. It's $30, has 4 mattes, 2 duochromes, 2 shimmers, and 1 metallic shimmer. I don't know what's a metallic shimmer, like what's the difference? Anyway, $30 available now. I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted. Would you guys like to see this on my channel? I think it's a permanent release. I don't know if it's a limited edition for the holidays. Oh, Radar 10 for 10% off if you want a discount code at NBA Cosmetics, but I'm really tempted on that. Okay, so Bella Beauty Bar. I feel like it's a brand I've all of a sudden just started hearing a lot about, and I'm very curious to try them. And they just announced a collaboration with, who is the collaborator? Brittany Huffman, a new collaboration, and look at this palette. I love the cover on the outside, looks very, very pretty. And then the colors on the inside look very pretty as well. I love how many dark tones there are in it. I love how many light tones that are in it. The shimmers also look like a nice array, you know, of colorful, but just they look very shimmery and very beautiful. And with those mattes, I like the yellows and greens I'm seeing, the oranges, even that pop of pink will be fun. I'm really tempted, and like I said, I've been hearing a lot about this brand, so let me know if you are curious to hear my thoughts on this palette. That'll kind of help me decide if I want to pick it up or not. I asked on Instagram, and the last time I checked, it was like just a little bit ahead of people who wanted to see it, but it was pretty close, like almost tied with people who are like, nah, don't worry about it, and people who are like, yes, please review it. So I'm like, I don't know what to do now. So you guys let me know here. Does my YouTube channel want to see me review this? Definitely let me know, because like I said, I've been hearing a lot about this brand. Really curious to see how I like the matte formula, if I would like the shimmer formula, that type of thing. So help a girl out, because I can't decide. Sophia's just gonna sleep the whole time down here, I guess. Okay, so I can't remember if I talked about this before. I think there were just like hints about it or sneak peeks, but Klarity Cosmetics is releasing, or has released, their Apacalipse palette, and this is a really pretty color story. There's like a bright red, or like a bright red shimmer. It's got green, it's got grayish tones in it, it has bluish tones. I feel like it's very unique, very interesting. When I see the palette swatch though, I'm a little bit more torn on like how I would like it and what type of looks I would create. I think especially with the mattes that are paired there, I do think that a lot of the shimmers are like shifty or multi-chrome, so you know, they're pretty, they're special in that respect. But I did decide not to pick it up just because when I looked at the mattes, I was kind of like, I don't know what I would create. So I feel like that kind of told me right there, I don't need to pick it up. You can pass on it. And also, I just had a baby. If this came out, I feel like it started, you could pick it up for pre-order around when I had the baby, so I just let it pass. But it is available now if you want it. I do have a code. I think it's just Lady Katie if you want a percentage off. And Radar, Makeup Release Radar also has a affiliate code Radar for 5% off. Okay, so Gavissi Beauty is a brand that they recently rebranded. I can't remember the brand, like the name they used to go by, but they just recently came out with some brushes, looks like, but also single shadows and magnetic palettes, and I am kind of tempted. I went on their website when they first like announced that they're singles, and they have a build your own palette option, so I was like, let me see what kind of shadows they offer, what kind of eyeshadows they offer, and what type of palette I would put together. So I put a bunch together, and I like was just going and scrolling all their single eyeshadows and was like, I like that, I like that, I like that, and this is the palette that I came up with, but it was $90. A little bit expensive, and definitely like, do I need single shadows? No, I don't. So I was like, okay, beautiful color story. I definitely would like the looks I created with this palette, and I'd be curious to try the brand, but not right now, Katie. So I walked away from that cart, but I thought it was a lot of fun creating your own, you know, build your own palette. I always think that's so much fun. But anyway, they're releasing a bunch of new shadows. Oh, you're still witching, big girl. So anyway, they're releasing a bunch of new stuff, new single eyeshadows. Let me know if you picked up any. I feel like Giovanna has talked about this brand. I could be mistaken, because I feel like I remember her talking about their cake liner palettes, but I honestly don't remember, so I could be getting that wrong. But overall, very curious. Their shadows, like just looking at the shadows online when I was making my cart, they look really, really nice. And if they show up like they do, you know, in the pan, if they show up as vibrant on your eyes as they do in the pan, I think I would love it. You're making all sorts of noises down here. You know that? Big stretches? Yeah, big stretches. Anyway, I'm not going to be picking it up, but it was fun to make my own palette. All right, I'm going to switch over to Motivate the Earth. She's another Instagram page that I love to follow for new releases. And let's see if she has anything that the other page didn't that we want to talk about. Ooh, Spoiled Lips shared a sneak peek. Okay, it looks like it's, what do you call it, candy corn themed, but it just has sneak peek, so it's not the official thing. Looks like a pumpkin. Looks like chunky glitters in there too. I haven't tried Spoiled Lip Cosmetics, but the videos I've watched of them when they are of people who review the palette always talk about, you know, really nice quality when it comes to the mattes, and the color story is always like super fun and bright and whatnot, and seems nice to work with, so I've been curious to try the brand, but I haven't yet. Oh, it's the biggest yawns. Oh, it's the biggest yawns. Yeah, you haven't had a real good nap today. We've been busy. Oh yes, Game Beauty. Okay, let's talk about this. Game Beauty has released a new palette, and this is the Cyberpunk palette, $42. Motivate the Earth does have a code, what's it called? Earth, if you want a discount. You're getting heavier. I can't hold her that high as much as I used to. Here she is. You just want to look around. But anyway, look at this new palette. What do you guys think? I think it's really pretty. I love the pop. I think the two shades that draw me to this so hard is the hot pink and the yellow. They look so pretty. I'm a little nervous because Ali Dawson, I watched her video on this and she created a really pretty look, but she was having issues with some of the shadows, like wanting to blend away, and I just recently tried a palette that did the same thing to me, and that's so frustrating when you're trying to create a really pretty look, and as you're working with the shadows, they all just start like puffing away. It's like, wait a minute, come back here, please. So anyway, I'm a little nervous. Let me know if you guys have seen other people's videos. Has anyone else been having this issues? She's the only one that I watched and saw that issue with, so I need to go watch a couple more videos. But I do like the color story, and the palette packaging is so pretty. You make a lot of noises. A lot of little noises. Yes, you do. I hope you guys don't mind. But anyway, very curious to hear your thoughts on that. Let me know. Game Beauty is definitely a brand I really want to try. I just haven't yet. I think they have 4 palettes out now, and I don't know. I don't know if I'll make this one my first one or if I'll wait and see what they come out with next. Oh yes! Okay, so Theresa is Dead collaborated once again with Lethal Cosmetics. I think it's so funny because Batty Bean just recently collaborated with Shroud Cosmetics again on a new palette, and then Theresa also collaborated again with this brand for another palette. Anyway, that's beside the point. But she collaborated with the Theresa is Lethal palette, and I really do like this one. And I think I like this color story more than her first one, which is just over there, but sorry, I don't feel like grabbing it right now and trying to show you guys as I hold this little one. But I remember I loved the color story of her first collaboration, but my biggest kind of like, I don't really love about it was that it was all very light, and it was almost, I think I even put it in like my pastel palettes collection or video or whatever, or maybe my spring palettes, because it's just very light. It was like a pastel grunge is what I would describe it as, and it was very pretty, but it was very, like I said, just a little bit light for me. So this one, with it being having all those dark tones and those very brighter tones, like that bright lime green, that looks so pretty. And I went on when it was launched to purchase it, and I was gonna purchase it from this other, I forget what it was called, Heather Austin shared it on launch day that you could purchase it from there and get free shipping. So I was gonna do that, but I needed to hit a certain, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but anyway, I went to buy it. I couldn't get a certain step that I wanted together in order to hit free shipping, so I ended up just like, oh, let me look at it later after the kids are in bed, and then I never did. So I never bought it, and I'm kind of regretting it. Do you think I should go ahead, jump on, and just purchase it late? Do you guys want to see anything? You know, the palette for me, I feel like a lot of people have been sharing looks and, you know, featuring the palette, so I don't really need to, or I just, you know, I wouldn't be helping any to share a review of it super duper late. Let me know your thoughts, because definitely when I look at the color story, I like it. I really appreciate that there's a really dark purple in there and that green. I like it. And that middle shade there looks like a lot of fun. That's like bright strawberry color, so pretty. So I'm really bummed at myself that I let it go and I didn't pick it up on launch day, but I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it's a little late now. Let me know your thoughts. Oh yes, GlamLite is collaborating with Barbie for this, was it Barbie Malibu? I don't know. Malibu Barbie. This Barbie collection, and maybe I'm alone here, but the palette just doesn't do anything for me. I see that and I'm just like, okay. I don't know, it just seems like a mashup of what they've been launching for a while now with the pinks and the purples and the blues. It does have a nice variety of colors, so it's not like too, you know, just one kind of color story, too monochromatic. But as a whole, I look at it, I'm just like, I get a look or two that I would like, but it's just such a large palette. It just kind of seems like they just put all of their recent releases into that palette. I don't know, it just doesn't scream at me, and every time I'm like, okay, like, let me look at this. Come on, there's probably something I'll like about it. I just look at the color story and I'm like, It's an easy pass. Maybe because it's so heavy on the pinks and blues. I like that like orangey corner or that orangey tone or orangey side to it, but as a whole, and then when I look at the swatches, I'm even less like enthused about trying the palette. So this, unexpectedly for me, I was kind of really excited to see what GlamLite was coming out next, but when I saw that this was who they were collaborating with, I was like, might not really be the, you know, collaboration for me because it's so, you know, pink heavy. And then I saw the palette and I was like, yeah, that's going to be a very easy pass, right? Right, Sophia? And kind of just looked at it and we went, meh. Oh yeah, this is a little late, but we might as well talk about it since we're talking about new makeup releases. It wasn't that long ago, but Milk Cosmetics launched a new collection and they did 4 mini palettes for their holiday collection. What do you guys think about that? Like, I've been so, like, I feel like I'm just asking this whole video. What do you guys think? Because it's been so long since I've done one of these videos. I haven't been able to talk to you guys about new makeup releases. And there's just been so many new releases recently that I'm just curious to hear what you guys think about them. I looked at it and it was like 4 palettes and not one of the 4 palettes really stood out and screamed to me. Even the more green leaning one and even the fire leaning one, none of them like as a whole is like, oh, okay, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Didn't grab me. Like the green one, what's it called? Earth? Earth almost does, like especially the kind of promo sneaks that they did. I'm like, oh, that looks like the yellow shimmer looks so intense. I love that mustardy matte yellow. There's a green in there. There's the burgundy. That'd probably make a really pretty autumn palette. But then I saw a lot of people getting it and it's a lot less impressive when you actually see people like opening it up on their, you know, Instagram pages and in their YouTube videos. It doesn't seem quite so intense, and I don't know if maybe their swatches, if these were promo swatches or just the first swatches that they were sharing, but maybe they were in like dark lighting and had a lot of flash. I don't know. I just wasn't as impressed when I saw people creating looks with it and I saw people, you know, using the palette and whatnot. And it was also really tiny, if I remember. They were really, really tiny. Someone said they were kind of the size of like a ColourPop shadow or like a ColourPop palette for the shadows. They were rather small for Milk Cosmetics. I don't remember how much they were, but they were 4 mini eyeshadow palettes. I took a look at it and I was like, yeah, this is overall an easy pass. I'm just not interested at all. Okay, we'll do one more. But let's talk about Unearthly Cosmetics. They came out with this collection, I think around the time I had Sophia, because I feel like it's been a little while, but they released... Tell me about it. They released 4 palettes, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. It was 4 palettes. I was just overwhelmed, so I didn't buy anything, but they were 4 different palettes. The 1964 was one, the Weirdos, So Strange, and Warms My Blood. And there were aspects about each of the palette that I liked, especially the greens in the palettes. You guys know me, I'm so easy to please. But there were aspects about each of the palettes, except for that Warms My Blood. The Warms My Blood was like, pretty but an easy pass. But the other ones, there were aspects that I liked about them, but as a whole, I felt like I wasn't sold completely on the color stories. They were felt a little bit disjointed. Like I said, I liked part of it, but then the other part of it was kind of like, I don't know about that. And then the fact that they released all of them at once, and they weren't like, they weren't super cheap. I can't remember exactly the prices. Let me see. Oh, Motivate the Earth does have a code, Earth, if you want to save money with Unearthly Cosmetics. But let's see. 12 pans, they were $50. And then the Warms My Blood, the bigger palette, because it is bigger, was $70. And so I was like, because at first I was like, maybe I'll get 1 or 2. And then I was like, if I got 2, that'd be $100. So like, so yeah, I passed on that. Let me know your thoughts. Did you guys pick it up? Do you guys like the color story? Oh, you smiling. Hi. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of the palettes as a whole. But like I said, there were aspects that I really liked. And if I had to like pin down and get one of them, I think I would pick up, what's that called? So Strange? So Strange and the Weirdos. Both of those I just kept going back to. The 1964, I think it's, or 84, I don't even know. That one is neat. There's like pops of bright colors, but as a whole, like thinking about creating looks, that's one I'm a little bit more like, I'm not so sure. And I feel like the So Strange kind of gives the same colors, but just different hues that I'm just like more. So that's kind of why I'm saying So Strange or the Weirdos one, but I don't know. I ended up saying no just because of the price. It was just too overwhelming to decide, and I just had a baby, so I was like, they're rather large palettes. I was like, I just won't get any, so I didn't pick up any, but let me know if you guys did. All right, so we're just gonna stop there. It was very random, very unorganized. I didn't have any set new releases that I wanted to chat about, but I hope you guys enjoyed it and just getting to scroll through those Instagram pages and see what, you know, stood out to me, and that's what we talked about, and she was happy, so we kept going. But I'm gonna wrap it up here so it's still a manageable video for me to be able to edit and be able to put it up in a timely manner. So let me know what you guys thought about this video. Like I said, you know, she just didn't want to sleep by herself. I didn't want to do a video where I had to like hold stuff, but I thought this type of video, it was fine if she was making noises, it was fine if she wanted to come up or eat or whatnot. So I figured I would try to do a will I buy it with Sophia and see what you guys thought about it. But that is gonna do it for me. We're gonna go hang out and see if we can get any sleep, maybe. But anyway, with that said, I'll probably edit this out, but she just filled her diaper, so I gotta go change a little baby diaper. But I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting to chit chat about recent makeup releases. As always, if you want to follow me over on Instagram, I'm LadyKatie92 over there. I just hit 10K, and I'm preparing myself for it to go down to like 9,000 because I feel like I always gain some, lose some, and I just hit 10K. And once you hit 10K, you can't see exactly how many you have, so I'm like, I don't know how far I am past 10K or close I am to losing 10K. But hey, I hit 10K on Instagram, and I've been trying to hit that for a long time, so that was super exciting. So if you followed me over on Instagram recently, or if you've been following me at all, like if you're following me at all on Instagram, thank you. You're one of the 10K, and I really do appreciate it. Oh my goodness, the biggest yawns. But yeah, we're gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.